Hello everyone, welcome for this session. Today we are going to learn about food preservation. Okay, why is it necessary to preserve the food? Okay, before that, let's take a quick revision. What we learned yesterday. Yesterday we learned about the harmful microbes, how the microbes are harmful for us. Food poisoning, how does the food poisoning occurs? Okay, so that's point we have learned yesterday. The microbes will germinate into that food and makes the food toxic. Okay, so that is the food poisoning. Whenever we eat those spoiled food, the toxic substance enter in our body and it may damage our body. So what we need to do, we need to do the for few process so that we can save our food for long lasting. Okay, so today we are going to learn about the first point, that is food preservation. Let me explain why food preservation is very necessary. Why do we need to preserve the food? As you know that India has a variety of food. Okay, variety of food items. There is a huge diversity. Okay, among that few foodstuffs are there that you make it at once and use it for future. Just like a pickle. Mostly in summer season, what we do, we take raw mangoes. Okay, chop it, add few ingredients, and make a pickle, and that pickle is used throughout the year. Okay, so grains, whatever the grains we harvest it, and what we do, we keep it in the sun and make it completely dry. Okay, and we store at a perfect place where there is no moisture and very less air. Okay, that is the reason behind that we preserve the food. Okay, food stuff is need to preserve to use for long lasting. Okay, that is the main reason that we use. We need to keep the food for as much as long. Okay, so what we do, suppose the grains are there, rice, wheat, jowar, all those grains, without drying, okay, without keeping in the sun, if we keep grains as it is, what happens in that grains, what is present there? Moisture, and that amount of moisture help to or give the perfect condition to germ the microbes. Okay, and what happens if we kept at the grains at the moisture place where there is the moisture, it starts germinated fungus on that. Okay, the fungi start germinating on that. So what we need to do, we keep it in the sun, make it completely dry, and store it also at a dry place. So that is very necessary to keep the grains properly. If you will not keep the grains properly, the microbes attack on that. So same thing is there, that how does we preserve the food? Okay, they are the common methods of food preservation that we are going to learn today. Before that, have you understood about the need of food preservation? Food preservation is very necessary. Okay, because that food we need to utilize for the further processes and for long term. That's why we need to preserve the food. Okay, so next point that I wanted to share, that what are the common methods of food preservation? First method of food preservation is chemical substances. Okay, with the help of chemical substances. Okay, so these chemical substances, okay, have you understood why we need to preserve the food? We need to preserve the food because we need to use that food for long lasting, for further processes. That's why we need to preserve the food. Okay, the simple example, if we want to see that whenever we enter from Munda, New Munda, if you visited the New Munda in Nanded, you find out that the grains are spreaded on the ground in summer season. Talking about summer season, why they spread it on the ground? Because whatever the moisture present in that grain should be completely dry. Because moisture is the one thing that help to spoil the food. Because that moisture gives them the right condition. Okay, the moisture gives the right condition to microbes to germinate in that particular substance. So it is very necessary that we need to absorb all the moisture, or we need to remove all the moisture from the foodstuffs if you want to keep the foodstuff for long lasting. Okay, so chemical substances. Okay, why do we use chemical substances? Okay, what kind of chemical substances we use? use for food preservation. See, we use oil, salt, okay, these substances for the we can say preservation of food. You know that meat and fish, if you want to keep meat and fish for a long lasting, we need to cover it in the salt. Okay, keep it, cover it through all directions through the salt. We can keep your meat and fish for long lasting. Okay, so there are the few chemicals that we use to preserve the food. Okay, see, food preserve. If you are saying that what are the food stuff we have purchased? There is a tin of Haldiram Rasgullas. If you find a tin of Rasgullas, okay, it is packed food. Maybe it is packed for 8 days, 10 days. Okay. Same we can utilize for 10 to 15 days or near about 1 month. What about the Rasgullas that you prepare at home? Is it possible to keep it for a long lasting? It is very difficult because they are packed into the airtight condition. Airtight condition means there is no air in that tin. So there are the few substances that helps to generate the microbes. First I told you moisture, second one is air. Okay, so and temperature. Okay, perfect temperature. These are the 3-4 substances that helps microbes to germinate. Okay, if we affect directly on that moisture, air, temperature, we can reduce the germination of microbes. So same here, they are the two chemicals that mostly used as a preservative, that is sodium benzoate. Second one is sodium. See, first one that we can see sodium benzoate, and so next one is sodium metabisulfate. Sodium benzoate and sodium metabisulfate, they are the two chemicals that are used to preserve the food. Okay, so these, with the help of these two substances, we can remove the moisture from the foodstuff. We can preserve it for long lasting. Okay, so this is very necessary if we need to keep the food for long lasting. Suppose this example that I wanted to give the persons who goes into the sea for a long journey. Okay, nowadays we have facilities, okay, that we can keep our food safe for a safe place like fridge, refrigerator, deep freezer. But previously it was not there. Okay, before invention of fridge and all that, so people carry few chemicals, salt and sugar. Okay, they remove the moisture from the food and they keep it long lasting. Okay, example, again one example, and just like a bread. Take a bread. Now this is the perfect condition for the germination of microbes. Take a bread, keep it on the table, leave it as it is for 1 or 2 days. You will find out that there will be a germination of microbes. Okay. Why? Because the bread contains moisture. Okay. Now there is a perfect condition of germination of microbes, and second one is temperature. This is also the right temperature for them. So, okay, whenever these substances get the right temperature and suitable condition, they start germinating. So these chemicals will absorb all the moisture from the foodstuff and they reduce the amount of moisture and stop generating of microbes. So second one is salt. Salt is one of the best preservatives that we are using from our ancestors. Okay, this is the best preservative. Salt is the best preservative. Okay, we are not using from 100 to 200 years. We are using from our ancestors. This we are using from our ancestors. How do we use? Okay, salting is the process in which when we add the salt, that salt absorbs all the moisture from that foodstuff. Once moisture is absorbed, the microbes are unable to breed or unable to produce in that foodstuff. Just the best example, pickle. Okay, whenever a mother prepares the pickle, she adds a lot of amount of salt in that. And what does salt do? Salt removes all the moisture. Once moisture removed, the microbes also not germinating. So adding the salt as a preservative, that process is called salting. That process is called salting. Salting is what? Adding the preservative. Just like we use pickle, okay, different types of food stuff. Okay, that amla pickle also, different types of pickles. Okay, not only we got mango pickle. Okay, nowadays in market so many pickles are available. With the help of that, with the help of salt, we can remove the moisture from that. Okay, and afterwards also we need to keep it at proper temperature and proper places. If we give them proper temperature, moisture will be germinated in that pickle and it will start spoiling. Okay, it happens also after salting also sometimes our pickle gets spoiled. Why after salting, after adding salt also our pickle gets spoiled? Because that air provides the moisture to the microbes, and whenever they get the moisture they start germinating. So first ways of that chemical substances like sodium benzoate and sodium metabisulfate, it helps to germinate the microbes. Second, salt such as the pickle and all that, we can use it and stop breeding microbes in that food stuff. Third one, sugar. Sugar is the same food stuff. Instead of salt, we can use sugar. Just like jellies, jams. Okay, whatever the jams in the market, we use fruit jams, mixed fruit jams, jellies. Okay, we use the gulab jamuns for long-lasting rasgullas. Okay, salting also removes the moisture and gives them the perfect condition. Salting, and this is called sweetening. This process is also help them to reduce the amount of moisture from there. Okay, and that amount of moisture, if once it is reduced, the microbes will not germinate. Okay, so these things we need to be very careful, and it helps to for food preservation. Okay, it removes all amount of moisture from that and helps them to we can say keep our food long lasting. Okay, the example just I told you, jams. Okay, mostly we use aam ka murabba, avle ka murabba. This food stuff that whatever we prepare at home, that is all the example of sweetening. Jams, different types of jams we use. Okay, some food stuffs. Okay, just like gulab jamun. What do we with gulab jamun? We add water into that we can say sugar. When we boil it, okay, boil it means what? Most of the amount of moisture is removed from that mixture. Okay, chachni we call it, and most of the amount from that chachni will be evaporated. Okay, and very less amount of water will be there. Again, when we heat it, moisture completely removed from that, and when we add gulab jamuns and all that, it keeps our food long lasting. Okay, you can see that once we have prepared the gulab jamun, in about 3-4 days we can eat it. Okay, so that is also the example of food preservation. Next we can say that fourth one, oil and vinegar. Oil and vinegar, both are considered as a preservatives. Okay, both are considered as a preservatives. Oil and vinegar. The same process, salt, sugar, how they react with the microbe, the same thing here it also happens. Okay, oil and vinegar. Oil and vinegar, what they do? Okay, they helps to avoid the breeding of microbes. Okay, they stops the germinating it. Okay, vinegar is also a chemical substance. Okay, what is the scientific name of vinegar? Acetic acid. Okay, it is also called as a acetic acid, and that acetic acids will reduce the microbes from there. Okay, whenever we need it to prepare the food stuff. Okay, it reduces the amount of we can say moisture. See, vinegar is mostly used in a fish cooking or meats. Okay, and that keep it for long lasting. So they also remove the oil, and vinegar also removes the amount of moisture from there, and they keep the food for long time. And the last one that I wanted to mention, that is heating and cooling. This is the most important thing, and that is the most common process that occurs at our home. Most common process. Okay. Now, why this is called the most common process? Heating and cooling. See the examples. Whenever our mother take the milk, what she do? She boiled it at a high temperature, 60 to 70 degrees Celsius. Okay. Whatever the food stuff, if you want to kill the germs, we switch on the gas and heat it for a particular temperature, 60 to 70, or at the boiling point. When it start boiling, we close it. Means after heating, the microbes at a particular level, the microbes kill. Whatever the microbes present in that food stuff may get killed. So same it happens with the cooling also. If you want to keep the meat and flesh for a long time, you have seen the transportation of fish and milk is done by a specific containers. That specific containers are AC. Okay, air conditioner. Air conditioner is not like regular air conditioners. They are in the condition in that what happens, a very less temperature, at the freezing point temperatures will be there. So while transporting fish or the meat, that meat will not get spoiled. Okay, or else we can put the meat and the fish into deep freezer if you at our home. Okay, so cooling also stops the breeding of microbes. Okay, heating and cooling, both process, if you eat at high temperature, if you keep it at the low temperature, in both conditions microbes will not germinate. Okay, so these are the methods of preservation, common methods of food preservation, and whatever the substance are used to preserve the food are called preservatives. That's why these chemicals, sodium bicarbonate, sodium metabisulfate, salt, sugar, oil, vinegar, okay, these are called preservatives. Why they are called preservatives? These all substances are called preservatives. Preservatives means the substance which help to keep the food safe for a long time, or the substances which are helps to preserve the food for long lasting are called food preservatives. Understood what is the food preservative? The substance which allows the food to preserve for a long time, or the materials which are used to preserve the food are called preservatives. Any definition we can use. Okay, the materials which are used to preserve the food are called preservatives. Okay, so sodium bicarbonate, sodium metabisulfate, salt, sugar, oil, vinegar, these are called food preservatives. Okay, so next and last point we are going to learn about, that is called pasteurization. Okay. Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur was a scientist who introduced the pasteurization, or who invented the process of pasteurization. What happens before pasteurization? When we drink the milk, there are so many bacteria present on that milk, and when they enter in our body, they are damaging our body. Okay, so Louis Pasteur invented the process through which we can kill the germs or the microbes from the milk. What they do? Okay, what is the process of preservation called? Okay, give or heat boil the milk at the high temperature and suddenly cool it. Heating at high temperature and cooling it suddenly. That process is called pasteurization. Suppose if we are making the boiling the milk at the high temperature. Okay, switch on the gas and cool it suddenly. Okay, boiling at high temperature and cooling it suddenly, this process is called pasteurization. Okay, and this process, the pasteurization process, is also a common method of preservation. Okay, pasteurization means, have you understood? The Louis Pasteur invented the process of pasteurization. Pasteurization means boiling the milk at high temperature and cool it suddenly. This process is called pasteurization. Okay. So now we understood pasteurization, chemical substances or salting, sugaring, oil and vinegar, heating and cooling. These are the all common methods of preservation. Okay, there are the different preservatives that we use. Where we use these preservatives? Nowadays we are using a lot of preservatives, and the preserved food is a common in we can say a dish or the common food stuff at our home. Chips, kurkure, that sweets, the rasgullas and haldirams, whatever the packaging foods are there. Okay, that we are using, and in that all packaging foods are there. If you find out, they are airtight containers. There is no air present in that containers. Okay, there is no air, there is no moisture. Okay, so that is the main thing, that food is preserved for a long time. If you remove the air from that container, or if you remove all the moisture from that container, that should be preserved food. We can use it for a long purpose. Okay, so these are the ways packaged food nowadays we are using. That is the best example of methods of preservation. Okay, so today we have learned about the common methods of preservation. What are the common methods of preservation? Salting, sugaring, chemical substances like sodium benzoate, sodium metabisulfate, okay, heating and cooling, pasteurization, oil and vinegar. Okay, these all are the common method of pasteurization. Okay, I hope you understood this point. For tomorrow we are going to elaborate a very important process in our ecosystem, that is a nitrogen fission. How does the microbes are helpful for us in the process of nitrogen fission? This is very important process. Okay, in next lecture I am going to explain, or in next video I am going to explain about nitrogen fission. That's it for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.